Welcome everyone. This is the pre-webinar presentation. The webinar will start shortly. In the meantime, please introduce yourself in the chat window, where you are from, what do you do, and what you are expecting from this session. Learning and exposure for teachers and educators has been the inspiration behind Firki webinars. You can go through the different webinars or learning paths conducted on the portal. The link to the same will be pasted in the chat window soon. We believe that your time is valuable and we want to acknowledge your presence in this session, and will also be providing our participants with a certificate of attendance. This is made available to participants who attended the entire session. We will share more details on how to fill the feedback form and access the certificate towards the end of the webinar. You can join a Firki webinar on two platforms, Zoom and YouTube. The YouTube live link will be pasted shortly in the chat window. Now, I will take you through a few features on Zoom that you can use to have an engaging and productive session. This is the mic button. You can click this to keep yourself muted. Unmute only if the speaker asks you to. This is the video button. You can switch on and off your video with this. You can share your questions and thoughts in the chat window. I will be here to curate your questions and share them with our speaker. Participants who are joining us on YouTube can share their comments in the comments section that will be shared with the speaker on Zoom soon. Welcome to today's webinar titled Knowledge Capsules, Enabling Students to Become Storytellers in partnership with Knowledge Capsules. I am your host Shraddha. I work at Firki. I will be your guide this webinar to help you navigate it. We now come to the introduction of our speaker. Rajiv sir is a teacher and a mentor to hundreds of students every year. Due to paralysis, he has been in quarantine for the last 40 years and has received a formal education only till class 2. Over 3 decades, thousands of students have learned economics and accountancy from him free of cost. He staunchly believes in Padega India, to Badega India. Thus, in these difficult times, he has started online economics classes all over the country, completely free of cost, to provide quality education to youth with a mission to create Super 30, with many, many more zeros, and has also joined the reputed Unacademy without charging any fees to fulfill his dream. His desire to spread knowledge among the student fraternity led him to set up a non-profit organization named Knowledge Capsules, where he sheds light on the latest happenings in and around the world in a storytelling approach with attractive visuals. You can watch his TEDx talk called Last Lesson by Rajiv Podar, where he describes his journey of how he became a teacher without any formal education, thus motivating us by saying nothing is impossible. As we move to the webinar, I have a few requests of our participants as well. We request you to keep your cameras on for effective interaction. To avoid disturbance, we request you to keep your mics off unless the speaker asks you to unmute. Use the Q&A function to ask a question or raise hand to say something. Participate enthusiastically throughout the session. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have an interesting session. Over to you, Rajiv sir.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rajiv Podar. I'm a teacher in Kolkata. It's very embarrassing to introduce yourself, but if I don't tell my story, then people will not be able to relate what I do, why I do, what is the purpose behind doing all this thing. As I said, I'm a teacher in Calcutta. I teach class 11, 12 accountancy and economics. Accountancy, economics, and even CA foundation schools I teach. But my formal education is only till class 2. I never went to school after class 2. Howsoever strange it might sound, but as they say, facts are stranger than fiction. My formal education, as I said, is in class 2. I got ill when I was 9 years old in January 1980. Again, it's very embarrassing. It's like blowing my own trumpet, telling my story to you. But if I don't tell, you will not be able to understand what is the purpose behind me pushing this storytelling thing. So January 1980, I was a completely fit child. and I used to go to a school, a very reputed school in Calcutta called Hindi High School, which present name is Bella High School. So I used to go there, and one fine January morning, when I went to school, I came back, and in the night, I had a very strange stomach pain. My mom thought that I had a little bit of some food poisoning. She made me drink water and pudinara, and then I slept. Next morning, when I woke up, I lost my entire sensation, entire control below the chest. Except for this and this, nothing else in my body worked that day. We were completely shell shocked, and my parents ran from pillar to post. We went to Christian Medical College in Vellore. Took us there. I went there. That was supposed to be the best hospital in India that time, but nothing happened. So then the doctors told me that you had a paralysis, that no one was able to tell what happened that night, but I got paralyzed 95% below my shoulder. It's still a mystery what happened that night. I had no education. After that, I never went to school. Whatever I did, what became my best friend at that time, there's a joke going on around me that we came to know about lockdown and quarantine just 3-4 years back. And I came into this game long time back. January 1980, I've been locked down in this room. Because of my high percentage of paralysis, I wasn't able to move out at all, hardly go out of my house once or twice in a year for a regular checkup or some occasional presentations that I have to give in Calcutta. Otherwise, don't go out. We went to all reputed schools, all reputed hospitals and doctors, but nothing happened. So paralysis is something which I had to take apart. I had to come along with it. 3-4 years when my parents ran from pillar to post and they went all the way. Every doctor they consulted, nothing happened. Then one fine day, I told my mom that I won't want to run anymore. I have to accept that I have a wheelchair life. I will not be able to do 99% of what everyone is doing. So let me be what I am today. So 1980s of India, no internet, no computer, no phone, nothing, no Netflix, no YouTube. Thank God they were not there. Netflix, you otherwise would have pitched for the entire series and done nothing. In 1980s, there was one best friend of mine. 1980, there's only one thing that came fresh, and that was what? The newspaper. The Telegraph, English newspaper, started its journey in 1982 Calcutta. Calcutta, 1982, the Telegraph started. And that became my best friend because it was the only fresh thing that used to come every morning. Otherwise, there was nothing to do. There was hardly any TV, internet, and internet was not born only. A TV used to come for half an hour, nothing else. We were a very small middle class, lower middle class family, 3 brothers and a sister, and very lower middle class family living in a house which had only 2 rooms, and that was the backside on the 4th floor. And there was nothing I could see. There's no balcony, no verandas, nothing to see from there. Only a little bit of, you can see the roofs of other buildings, nothing else. No road, no public, nothing. Imagine age 9 years old boy sitting in a room. After 2 or 3, 4 days, if we get ill, we don't feel good that we need to go out. We are feeling suffocating. And I have been on this bed for not 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 1 decade, but for decades. So this is how I became. Somehow I survived by just watching or reading the newspapers. My family was already low middle class. That Lord spent a lot of money on me. So I decided that I will not put any more pressure. I'll not cry more. The friends in that building used to go to schools and tuitions and everything that a normal child does. And I used to sit along and just wait. So if I say my life at that time was dull, depressing, and boring, that will be an understatement. But that is how it is. That is how you have to stay, and that is how you have to live. You see, again, it might sound I'm being cliche dialogues, but when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. 1980s of India, as I said, there was nothing. The newspaper was the only thing that I had a look at, and I used to read and read and read. that newspaper showed me the world. It might sound impossible, it might sound unimaginable, but that is how I became a teacher, by reading the newspaper. That newspaper showed me history, geography, the politics, the science, the sports, everything that is going on in the world. And I started to read first page, first para, first word, to last page, last para, last word. That was the only way to kill the time. That was 43 years ago, 1980 January, and today's 2023, and still there, stuck in this room. This is a new house, but still in that room, nothing to go. This room became my jail. But as I say, when God closes all the gates and windows for you, now something else is open, and that is how I worked on it. Is my volume low? Shall I speak a little bit louder? Am I?
It's sounding fine to me.
Again, as I'm saying, it is like blowing my own trumpet. I'm just being trying to tell myself about it. But if I don't tell, you will not be able to understand what I do, why I do. So how I became a teacher, that's also a story. How can I teach class 11, 12 accounts and economics without going to school after class 2? After class 2, how is it really possible? Miracles do happen. It is just a matter of having a willpower. Only when you have the willpower, you can take a shot at the silver lining. It isn't easy, but as they say, smooth seas never made a good sailor. Life was tough, but that is why I can tell a story about myself. So somehow I survived those 1990s of India, dull, dark, boring, my sitting in that room and doing nothing, just watching. I had a very big phobia about lizards falling on me because I could not run. I could not get away from them. There was some insects coming, fan continuing, cold coming. I have to switch it off. There was no way. Water is not there in the bottle. What to do? Wait for someone to come. My family were behind me like a rock of Gibraltar. Anything could move, but nothing could move. So I teach whenever I give these type of lectures, very embarrassing, but whenever I give these lectures, I tell all my students, never forget two things in life: an E and F, education, because at what time, where you will need it, you don't know. So education is most important. You need to do it at this point of time only, because later on you will not be able to get the proper time to do it. So education is most important, and F is family. Howsoever we might be quarreling and fighting among ourselves, but remember, unparalleled, unpassionate, complete support, if there is anyone, that will be only provided with the family. So I tell my students, keep on fighting as much as with your brother, father, mother. That is the noble way, but they are the only one that will stand behind you like a rock of Gibraltar. It might sound like, as I said, cliche dialogue, but that is how I survived. So my entire thing is reading and reading and reading and reading. You know what? When I moved on to this house of mine, I've got 5 TVs in my room. I'll show you. This one over there, every wall has a TV. Because I hardly venture out of this room. I am totally dependent on people. As I said, I have 95% paralyzed below this shoulder. So what I do, I keep watching news. Not SRK news, Shushat, Riya Kagda, Shilpa Raj Kudra, Shahrukh Khan ka beta, nothing like that. Not all those bakwas things. I collect news and collect those news and give it to students in a light-hearted storytelling attitude. Then I became a teacher. That's a long story. I have a TED talk, again embarrassing. Last lesson by Rajiv Poddar. I shared that when the students come to me in class 11 and 12, the class 12 students, when they have the last class with me, that is why I named it last lesson. In February of every year, when the class 12 students are outgoing, they have a boards next month and they are attending the last class. Then I take the last lesson with me. So if you find a TED talk in YouTube, last lesson by Rajiv Poddar, will come to my entire story, how I became. As I said, it is not a sob story I'm trying to say. Well, that is not the purpose. The only purpose is to tell you that nothing is impossible in the world. It might sound again that I'm talking through my heart, but nothing is impossible. If with a formal education till class 2, I can teach class 11, 12 students, then anything is possible. I have been nominated continuously for Padma Shri by my students. I went live with Raghuram Rajan. I went with a lot of people. They contacted me. I went live in COVID times. But you see, everything will come to you. You have to have the patience and the willpower. Only then you will be able to take a shot at the silver lining. Life has been very tough. Imagine I lost a kidney. I have only one kidney. I can't even tell you what are the things that I have to do to make that kidneys work. you can't even know. Shoulders are decaying because I have to sit like this. I'm always lying on the bed like this, and it's decaying. I can't go out. There are a lot of, because of hardly any movement, my hearts are becoming a little bit proper. The lungs are becoming weaker. But as they say, you see, students come to me and they say, "Sir, loads of problem we have there in my life. What to do?" I don't have a magic band to solve anyone's problem. I tell them the problem lies with the solution lies with you. You need to be strong. As I said, everything can be done. It's just a matter of surviving and taking a shot. There's never a dark end. There's never a dark end. So light is always there, but you need to survive. It took me almost 43 years to be here to watch this. I have a lot of things about me to tell, but that can be held back for some other day. What I'm trying to say, how I became a teacher, what I do as a storyteller, that is what I'm trying to show you. I'm just going to give you a small presentation, and then you watch it, and then you understand what is the purpose behind it. Hopefully, I don't charge any money for whatever. Class 11, you ask anyone, you Google about me, you will come to know. Class 11 to An Academy invited me. I taught over there. I don't charge paisa over there because quotation in Hindi, na dil bade na paise bade, but student log ehsaan bahut bada hai. That means neither I have a big heart, neither I have big money, but the students have done so much for me. I want to give it back to the society as much as possible. These are not cliche dialogues. These are coming from me. I speak too fast. So if you have any problems, do tell me, do interrupt me, because as the cricket analogy says, you blink and I hit. So be careful. I will start as a raw. I have loads and loads of Hindi shairis, but since there are people who don't understand Hindi, that is why I'm not able to use it. Otherwise, I'll just use 3 or 4 of them one by one so that you can understand what I do. Only a nonsense I keep on talking non-stop without any fail. Ki काम करो ऐसा कि पहचान बन जाए, हर कदम चलो ऐसा कि निशान बन जाए. यहाँ जिंदगी तो हर कोई काट ही लेता है, जिंदगी जियो इस कदर कि मिसाल बन जाए. Meaning of that is, people do live. That is we can live everyone, but try to live so that you leave a mark on it. That is what the purpose is. I never knew that I will become a teacher. My family would have looked after me properly, but everything is destiny. So you need to have a little bit of patience on God only then. As I said, life is not easy for me at all, and it's becoming tougher and tougher with every passing day because of age and because of all the problems that are slowly uncovering. But I keep on. Some people say that if I cry on spilt milk, then there's no point. So I thank God. No, I don't curse God that He left me in such a way below this, but I thank God at least He left that part. If I had gone till that night, if the sensation had not stopped over here and it had stopped, I would have gone case. So there's a movie called Gumrah. That Gumrah movie, Guzarish, Aishwarya Rai and Hrithik Roshan. It is connected to, it is also connected. He was a magician, Hrithik Roshan. He fell and then he got a paralysis. I didn't do anything. I just slept. And morning, it's all gone. Till yet, no science has been able to tell you what happened that night. But as they say, you have to take things along with you. So this is what my entire little bit of story is. We'll keep on sharing later. You can watch the TED Talk and you will understand everything. Now, let's start with what I do. Now, this is important. As I said, storytelling is a very important aspect of my entire thing because I read everything through the newspapers. Everything through the newspapers, I got to know through the newspapers. So I say education degree marks everyone has. Nowadays, because of education is good, you people are doing a great job at it. But a little bit of knowledge is missing. You know, 3 Idiots ka Chatur, we always mocked him, taunted him in the entire movie. He was also a successful man. His education degree marks made him good. Though he was rectifying the entire thing, he was rote learning, but he was also good. He also became a very successful businessman or a worker or an earner. But if you want to become the Amir Khan, you need something extra. And that, according to me, is knowledge. Education degree marks, you need knowledge. And that is where I come in. I started my organization NGO called Knowledge Capsules. We got short, try to give whatever happening in the world, in and around the world, in a light-hearted storytelling attitude, and try to make the kids the most powerful person in the world. Most powerful person, I'll tell you. Steve Jobs once said, the most powerful person in the world is a storyteller. And you know, I'll show you how they can become a storyteller. So without further ado, having wasted a lot of your time, Let's go for the thing. You see, the the slides which we make, the story which we make, I'm just going to show you a story. Just understand it totally. You will learn. I'll speak fast. For students, you have to understand these presentations are taught to age 5 onward, not class 5, age 5 onward, because everything is nurturing. If we teach the kids slowly and steadily, properly, they can achieve anything. We see a lot of things where people, kids are doing such beautiful dance, singing, and piano and gymnastic. How? Because they've been nurtured properly. So this is what we're trying to do: make them the most powerful person in the world. Let's see. I'm just going to, I'll speaking a little fast, though with the kids as a teacher, I repeat it a lot of time. We take a proper, make them understand, but I will show you the presentation that we get. Okay, now the presentation mode is on. Okay, here we go. The Haryali man is no more. Mr. Green, we named it, Mr. Green. You won't believe, few days ago, 10 days ago, the one of India's greatest person died. He was not an ordinary person. He was the most important person of India, not in 100 years, 200 years, 300, 500, 5,000 years. Am I joking? The most important Indian person died just 10 days ago and we don't even know about it. Gandhi ji, Jawaharlal Nehru, Bose and Rani Lakshmi. There are so many Indians in the entire Indian history, but maybe he is the most important Indian ever born and he passed away. Let's see what was his contribution. I'll show you. And as I said, he's the greatest man in the entire civilization of India. He must be the greatest man. His name is MS Dhoni. No, he's not in MS Dhoni, but his name is MS Swaminathan. MS Swaminathan. Let me explain how. The father of Green Revolution. He's the father of Green Revolution. I am again telling you, just understand, this is age 5 teach. From age 5 to age 80, we teach all type of people the same presentation in different way. So, father of Green Revolution, MS Swaminathan. Now, for living, we need so many things: phone, paper, pen, pencil, car, everything we require. But 3 basic things are required: air, water, and food. Air, water, and food. Without this, we cannot survive. Air is oxygen. There is plentiful everywhere. God is kind. Water, we can get through ponds and rivers and rain also. But food is something which we have to grow. Food is something which we have to grow. His effort gave us the most important thing, food. But still, how can he become the most important person in Indian history? He explained. He gave us the food, the third element, the most important element which we're talking about. He was born in Tamil Nadu, a state just we teach explain very properly. We explain through a story. As I said, we have to telling the story. He was born in a state called Tamil Nadu on 7th August 1925. He was his father was a doctor, and he also was on the path of becoming a doctor. But 2 things happened that changed his life and India's life, all because of MS Swaminathan. What did he do? What did he do that made him such a big thing? The first thing that happened was 1943, the Bengal famine happened. Entire India was crushed under so much of famine and so much of food problem. 30 lakhs people died of starvation, malaria, and everything. And those who survived, you can see their condition. It's horrible. They are living skeletons. That was the problem in Bengal. Again, please understand, when I teach kids, we repeat this so many times so that they are able to grasp it. We tell it slowly. Bengal famine happened in 1943. 30 lakh people died. So what happened? MS Swaminathan decided, no. Gandhiji also said, the God of bread, please bless every home and humanity with food. So Dr. Swaminathan said, I will switch my career. He switched his career from where? He switched his career from a doctor to went to agriculture. He started studying agriculture, farmers from everything. But now you see, that was in 1943. Now what happened? After independence, India's situation was pathetic. Pathetic means pathetic. Wheat, the roti that we make, the atta, gehu, the wheat production in early 1960 was 11, and it went on falling to 10. How is it possible? Wheat ka production is falling. From early 1960s, the production of wheat was falling. Rice, 34 to 30. Oh my God, that is also falling, 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 falling. So India's food position was getting very, very bad because it was falling. And at the same time, population was increasing. That is a double whammy. Food decreasing, population increasing. Just like you go to a party, 20 people were invited, 30 turned up, and some food got destroyed. So the huge shortage. India didn't have the money. India was poor. Food decreasing, population increasing. So what do India does? India have to beg. India has to beg to USA, please help us, please provide us with wheat. We need it. We will die. The USA also, what happened? We keep on calling them. USA say, okay, take a little bit of wheat. We'll give it you. But those wheat were not even fit for the pigs. They were so bad. Still, we used to eat, because if we don't eat, this will be the condition. So 1960s early, India was in a terrible, terrible mess. That wasn't the story ending. Now what happened? India used to get it from US. This is the way we show the kids also. This is India, and over there you can see this is America. It's far away. Shipment used to come from America. The capital of USA, Washington, DC, dollar and North America. We show them the locations far away. Now what happens? The situation was so bad, the experts said people are going to die on the streets of India. Not out of an accident, but out of starvation. People will not have food. So people will die of starvation on the streets. And they say it's like Indians going to the slaughterhouse. And they say one thing can be done. American experts said, let's drop a bomb on India. Not out of cruelty, but that will be mercy on the people of India. Because that way they will have a painless death. Because no one can provide so much of wheat to food to the Indians, and the population is increasing. What to do? We have to do something to kill them without pain. That was the only solution. These are not, I'm not talking through the hat. These are all facts. If you Google, you will find it. And in that situation, at that time, India's Prime Minister was Lal Bahadur Shastri. This man with the cap, he was Lal Bahadur Shastri. He one day in 1965 announced, I will skip a meal on Monday. My family will skip a meal on Monday. And I request all Indians to skip a meal. Not because they wanted to be fit, because we didn't have food. He said, he declared openly, please skip a meal. It was a meal. We need to save food. India doesn't have the food required to make the people eat. And that is what the situation was so bad. That wasn't the end. After him, Indira Gandhi became the prime minister. One day she was calling the American president and saying, please send us few shipments of wheat and rice. After cutting the line, she felt so humiliated. She said, I don't ever want to beg. Please. K. Kamraj, the president of Congress at that time, he said, Indians have two choices, either beg or either die of starvation. He said, I'm ready to die of starvation. I don't need the food. I don't need to beg. That was the terrible condition in which India was. It was absolutely pathetic. And you know what? There was a very famous quote at that time. Hand to mouth, ship to mouth. There's something called a ship to mouth. What is a ship to mouth? Hand to mouth, we just say something like that. Ship to mouth. Just like Swiggy and Zomato. We order something. We haven't cooked anything today. We order something from Zomato. If they are late by 10 minutes, our food will be late. We have to have hungry. If they are caught in a jam, again we will be hungry. There used to be 3 ships coming every day from America. If those ships got late one day, if those ships got stuck somewhere, if those got because some malfunction happened in the ships, the food used to get delayed. The moment the ship used to come on the shores, on the port, immediately there were trucks ready to distribute all over India. That is how the terrible India situation was shipped to mouth. It was unbelievable. And in those difficult times came home MS Dhoni nahi, MS Swaminathan. This is when MS Swaminathan entered. Time was running out. India was on the verge of starvation. And Swaminathan decided this will not happen. As I told you, 1943, he shifted to agriculture from doctorate. Then he wanted to do something big for India. And as I said, when the times are tough, then the real person stops. Just like MS Dhoni comes in the last few overs, MS Swaminathan stepped into. He was studied about, he read about something. In the 1960s, there was an American scientist who was studying, who was experimenting a new type of seed of wheat in Mexico. His name was Norman E. Borlaug. Please follow it, understand. Norman E. Borlaug was the American scientist. He was doing a research experiment in Mexico about a new variety of seeds of wheat. Very nice. He was doing it, he was doing it, he was doing it. And who came to read about it? Swaminathan came to read about it, about his research about this wheat. And he thought, this is the wheat that we require. He called up, Swaminathan called up Borlaug in Mexico. Please come to India. He invited, this was the second thing that he said. He said, come to India and experiment your new seeds over here. Mexico, you can see, this is how I teach the student. Mexico is over here, India is over there. Mexico, Mexico City, the currency is peso, and location is again North America, it is just below America. So what happened? MS Swaminathan called whom? MS Swaminathan called this person, Borlaug. Come over here. We are inviting you. Borlaug came. What happened? They both went to Punjab. They both went to the fields in Punjab. They went to the farmers in Punjab. Borlaug and Swaminathan. They did the experiments with them. The farmers were not convinced. They didn't want to do this new seeds. But he convinced them. This is going to be a change changer. So they did plant. They did experiment. They did all the study. Experimentation was done. Then what happened? MS Swaminathan then told Indira Gandhi to please import 18,000 tons of this new Mexican wheat. People said, you're mad. You're going to buy seeds. We don't have money to buy the proper wheat. And you're going to experiment with 18,000 tons. If that is, the experiment goes wrong, everything will be wasted. MS Swaminathan said, no, trust me. And he convinced Indira Gandhi to import 18,000 tons of Mexican wheat. The shipment arrived in 1965 October. Punjab was the first state ready for that. And what happened? The seeds were planted. The next harvest produced 3 times as much grain as anticipated. 3 times. The bounty was so full. It was greed everywhere. People were shocked beyond words. What happened? Then miracle happened. Slowly the tide turned. The farmers got convinced. They adopted the new practice. A miracle happened. Green revolution. From 11 metric ton in 1967, our production of wheat boomed to 20. Double within 2-3 years. A country which was bankrupt, which wasn't getting any food, its production doubled in 3 years. Then from begging bowl to the bread basket, the surplus was so huge, the government had to shut the schools and the movie theaters to store them. Trains ran out of the wagons. Workers went on a strike. They can't do so much of work. What was the earliest SARS? Ship to mouth. Ship used to come, load it and distribute it. Now they have to be stored. Storage space were not made because they had never extra. We are always deficit. So they had to shut the schools and shut the theaters to store the food. And mouse and all the rodents had a field day. They were having a party. So much of grain was getting destroyed because of the rain. Can't be done. Overnight, from the huge shortage, we had a problem of plenty. We could not believe that India was all this. It was all because of not MS Dhoni. It was all because of MS Swaminathan vision. The green revolution started. Everyone was happy and gay. By 1974, India was self-sufficient and we had tripled. All a tribute to MS Swaminathan. Dr. Borlaug, the man, the Mexico scientist, he got a Nobel Prize in 1970 for staving off the mass starvation and fed the world. The man who fed the world. But when he gave his speech, what did he say? On receiving the prize, he commended that Indian collaborator. To you, Dr. Swaminathan, A great deal of the credit must go because you recognize the potential value of the Mexican seas. Had this not occurred, it is quite possible Green Revolution would not have occurred. He gave his credit to Dr. Swaminathan because he took the biggest gamble. He studied, he understood, and he called him up. In 1987, he got the world first food prize, a living legend. Matlab, this is a very famous line that he used to say. Just imagine the beautiful wordplay. If agriculture goes wrong, nothing will have a chance to go right in our country. If agriculture goes wrong, nothing will have a chance to go right in a country. And he proved it. That is the how. Now you see, understand, it is not only that he saved India from hunger, but he saved India from destruction, from division. I'll tell you how. When we are empty, we have empty stomach, we are hungry, we get irritated, we shout, we scream, we fight because we need food. What is that? Because if you take any destructive revolution, the root cause is always food. When people are hungry, they get desperate. Desperate people rebel. Rebellion causes destruction. That happened in Tunisia, France, China, Haiti, Venezuela, in a bloody manner. When hunger strikes, the country always breaks up. It is all because of MS Dhoni, MS Swaminathan. India ensured we never went hungry. Never. Though Green Revolution was implemented throughout Asia, but it was the most successful in India. And as I said, there was not a single famine since that day, never a single famine. Never ever a single famine in India. We never went hungry, ever. And thanks to MS Swaminathan, we stayed together as a country. Howsoever, because of the diversity and differences we have. It is all because of this Swaminathan that he is the most important person in our history. We should all grateful to him forever. His contribution is unparalleled. That is why when we say MS Swaminathan, we always say, thank you, sir. This was the cartoon made for him when he passed away just 10 days ago. Thank you, sir. A child with a bowl of food and greenery all around. And that is why I tell my students, whenever you eat your food, always thank MS Swaminathan. Whenever you waste food, remember those days of India. So that is very well. This is how we try to make them. Now you see, in this half an hour, what we did, 15 minutes, I think, 15 minutes of this storytelling that I did, we came to know so much of things, all because of the story. Now you see, as I said, we try to make the kids the most powerful person in the world. How can the person become the most powerful person? You see, I will start. If you have a good content, if I give you a good content, the content gives the confidence. Now, if you know this story about Mr. Green, the Swaminathan, the Haryali boy, you will go and try to tell to the others. The content gives you the confidence to public speak. That gives you the soft skill. And the soft skill, the storytelling, that's into you, which according to Steve Jobs, makes you the most powerful person. Now, after teaching this, we do it very slowly, just a story. They came to know about MS Swaminathan, they came to know about storytelling, they came to know about Green Revolution, Norman Borlaug, Mexico. The icing on the cake is the next part, which I'm going to do with you. I want all of you just to have one small thing with me. This is the biggest, most important activity that we do. I'll just show you. I will just show you. This also, as I said, in the chat box, I'm sending you a link. I'm sending you a link. You just have to click on the link. You just have to just click on the link. This is the Menti quiz. Many of you might be knowing this is one of the world's best online quizzing. So what we do now, we take 2 quizzes after. Today I told the story in 15 minutes, though normally this story is told in half an hour. First 15 minutes we take first half, just like a movie. Then we take a quiz. Then 15 minutes, the rest of the story, and then a quiz. 45 players have joined. If there is any problem, just tell me. Just go to the Zoom chat. A link is given. Just click on that. Just click on that. Just click on that. I have again sent. Just click on that, and you will be there to play the best online quizzing that you will ever find. Just go to that. Every kid, I'm telling you, I will show you the videos. Age 5 kids play this. Age 5. So you see, we didn't even know the 15 minutes passed away. We came to know so many things about Lal Bahadur Shastri and India's situation and this. So let's start the quiz. I think only 50 people have joined. I request everyone else to join. Just go to the Zoom chat. The Zoom chat is there. You just have to click that link in the Zoom chat. In the Zoom chat, just see. Okay. First question, let's just start off. It is just something. Who started the green revolution in India? I gave them options. Questions will come. Questions will come. That's what I'm saying. I just waiting. Meenakshi Bharti, I just waiting for others to join. Now the questions will come. Who started the green revolution? The fastest figure first. We are trying to prepare them for KBC. You need to prepare for the KBC. Fastest figure first. Who started the green revolution? The person who gives the fastest answer will get the more marks. Everyone will get it correct. But the fastest figure first will. Kritika is first. Kids is second. Sarita, Jubir, Jagdish, Suchitra, Sana, the Tarushi, Zarina, Pushpanjali. Question number 2. Question number 2. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. 1943 famine happened in which state? In which state there was a famine, because of which there was too much of problem. You see, our purpose is not to defeat the kids. We take all the questions from the session which we took. It is to draw their attention. It is to make it happened in 1943, Bengal famine happened. Bengal famine. Reader boards have changed. Reader boards have changed. Sarita's case, Jugi's, Jagdish, Sana, Tanushi, Pushpan, Sarina, lot of the ups and downs are going. Question number 3. You have to, Manjushala, अफसर बेटा आपको वहां पे देखना होगा. मंजुला आपको वहां पे देखना होगा. Zoom chat में तो लिंक जो दिया उसको क्लिक करिए, तभी आप खेल पाओगे. In early 90s, the production of a food crop was in the early 90s. शुरुआत में, बाद में नहीं. In the early 1960s, the production of food was, what was happening? Decreasing. Thus, the leaderboard change. There are a lot of people going up and down. It's a close contest, but the most Jugjeev, Sarita, Pushpanjali, Jagdish, Sharina, Sana, Tanushri, Shrital, Pratibha, and Nilima. But our most important dialogue is when the kids play, they don't want to lose. So what I tell them, please understand one thing. ये सारे में या तो जीतोगे या सीखोगे, हारोगे कभी नहीं. जीता तो एक होगा, पर सीख के जाएंगे सब कोई यहाँ से. सब कोई यहाँ से सीख के जाएंगे. जीत जाएगा एक, doesn't matter. We have to back from USA. हम लोग USA से back करते थे. Question number 5. Then we take only 5 questions. 5 questions. Small, light-hearted, just to keep them engaged, to interact. Name this person. As I said, I did the session in 15 minutes, but we take slowly, but there are, what I'm telling you, every session which I take has to have an X factor. We all read about Green Revolution. I also read about Revolution. But it's not that I knew everything. It is only because I wanted to make a session on this. I started to read about it, and only I came to know the entire story about fasting and normal ball log and all these things. That I connected. Pushpanjali wins it. Pushpanjali wins it. Close behind is Jugjeev, Jagdish, Zaraina, Sarita, Sana, Tanushri, Sheetal, Bahek, Pratibha Dal, and OTM. Shall we take another quiz on this topic only? Yes or no? Do you want to take another test of yourself? If you want, yes, you can write. If you say, oh, no, we can carry forward. Shall I take one more quiz? Okay, there's an overwhelming yes. Okay. 5 years. Okay. Wait. We are going to take it. That is what the fun is. We have to make the kids know things in a light-hearted storytelling attitude. किताबों के बाहर एक दुनिया है जो उन लोग को दिखाना है. There's a life beyond the books. We have to teach them. Otherwise, what is happening now? We are becoming parrots. As I said, parrots look, वो हिंदी में एक तो कहावत है, तोते आसमान में अच्छे लगते हैं, तोते क्लासरूम में अच्छे नहीं लगते हैं. In that same way, as I said, parrots are good in skies, not in classroom. I said a new link. I have said a new link. Click on that. I have sent a new link. Let's test your this. Let's test your this. We have to make every kid up. Now, you must be tempted also to go and tell the story to someone. The kids, and you know what? What is the homework to the kids? Every kid has a homework. And what is the homework? They have to recite this story to two of their family members. We send the PPT. They just have to see the PPT and recite the story. Imagine at 5 years, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 age, if they start reciting stories at this age now, you can imagine sky is the limit for them. Sky is the limit. Zoom chat, a new link has been given. A new link has been given. We can play another quiz. I just sent you a new link. You just have to click the link. You just have to click the link. You just have to click the link. Okay, first question. Name this person. Tell me. Our purpose is not to beat them or defeat them. Our purpose is not to defeat them. Our purpose is to make them win. जीतोगे या सीखोगे, हारोगे तो कभी नहीं. ज्ञान बांटने से बढ़ता पड़ेगा इंडिया तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया. It is all knowledge. Question number 2. Now new people are turning up. They have also joined. Currency of Mexico, I taught for a fleeting minute, I taught you that. Mexico, those are for the kids, we explain, we show them the map, the neighboring countries, properly, thoroughly we do. But the presentation has to have an X factor. Otherwise, they will become bored. It's online session. We have to make them engaged. That is why we use a lot of MS Dhoni and the current cricket stuff or anything that is going on, which they can connect with. Question number 3. Who was the scientist who was invited from Mexico? What was the name of the scientist who was invited from Mexico? Who was the scientist who was invited from Mexico? The person whom he was convinced so much that Swaminathan was convinced, Norman Borlaug. Question number 4. The surplus food was stored. There was so much extra food. All of a sudden, we're in any storehouse, and all of a sudden we have so much of food. Imagine. It was like Dhoni coming in the last 2 overs, and it is sixes after sixes after sixes. From nowhere, we gave everywhere. And it is all because of that food that we are still surviving. Imagine if we had not got food now, we would not have survived till now. We would not have survived. Our generation would not have come because our older generation would have not been there. It is all because of MS Swaminathan that we are as a country are still together, still flourishing. So we should all thank him. In which state the new seeds from Mexico was planted? The state which took the lead, and that has become the bread basket for India. But the bread bowl or the place where grain bowl of India, it is none other than the place where it all started was Punjab. So there is only one winner as usual, but जीतोगे या सीखोगे, यहाँ पे हारने का कोई का भी नहीं है. तो जगदीश, तरुण, एम्ब्रियल, नेहा, प्रतिभा, तनिष, इंदु, दिव्या, अरुण, and Simba. So this was a small demo of the presentation which I give. Small demo. Every session has to have this attractive visuals. It has to have a story. If I tell them Green Revolution was started by this, father of this was this, Bengal famine happened in this year, then it becomes plain GK, static GK, which we don't want. We want them to be engaged. We don't want them to be knowing things in a storytelling attitude. They have so much of time in their hand. The kids are there, age 5, 6, age 5 to age 50, 80. The young kids have so much of time. If we teach them through this, they will get. They have so many questions. They interact. After the session, we tell them to ask questions. They ask us such questions I can't even tell you. Such beautiful questions they tell us. I tell them, do Google and tell me. So they come up and Google and then tell me. Now, whenever they come across any Swaminathan or Green Revolution, immediately a WhatsApp call. Sir, we just read about this. Sir, ये अब देखा है कहीं पे आया था. Sir, ये हमारे book पे आया था. That is how it is. So this is the way we have to make them do it. That is, as I said, we give them the content, which gives them the confidence to speak in public. They develop the soft skill. Soft skill make them become the storyteller, which according to Steve Jobs, is the most powerful person in the world. So every kid can be a most powerful person if we know how to nurture them properly. I have so many presentations. Chandrayaan. You must be saying that we all know about Chandrayaan. It was the most talked about thing in India in the last this year. But again, if I show you my presentation, it is a little bit different than what normally people show. Because I have nothing to do. I sit in this room, whole day I read and read and read and watch TV. And that is how I collect the best things. And there's no fiction in this. All are facts because we are not dealing with storytelling in the fiction. We are all telling them actual as it when happened. It's not even 0.01% exaggeration or 0% untruth or just to make it a little more glamorous. We have it. No, no, no. We just played with the words and told them a story. Yeah, you see, what does Karan Johar do? Karan Johar tells the same story, the triangle or ye or go same thing, but he makes it look so glamorous. He makes it so outlandish that people love it. That is what we are trying to do in our small upper way. As I said, that is how I developed. I read the newspapers, connected the dots, and it's not that easy to collect these views. I didn't knew that MS Swaminathan had so many things to say and we had so many problems and this and that. It was just I picked up a topic, researched on it, didn't find anything good, leave it. Another topic, didn't find, leave it. Another topic, yeah, I found it, then I made a capsule of it, and then I presented to my student. That is how slowly bit to bit. Hope you आप लोग को मजा आया होगा. And as I said, देखिए, अब आप लोग पहले questions पूछ सकते हैं अगर आपको कुछ पूछना है. I can tell you a few more things about it. You see what I do now? You see, now someone told me, Finky team told me, sir, how can teachers like you also become a part of this? How can teachers like you also can be a part of this thing? How can they become a storytellers? Just like Swaminathan, I told you. Last week, Asian Games was going on. So I took a presentation on Asian Games. Again, with all due modesty and humility, every presentation has to have an X factor. Not a simple Asian Games started here, this, that. That has to be there. But it's just woven around a particular part, some interesting concept which hits them. This, just like Swaminathan thing, we taught them. Everything has to be conceptualized, just like Israel-Palestine. Now it's becoming very tricky to tell them, but we tell them, you won't believe, again with all due modesty, age 5 students, we have taught Bitcoin. Age 5. They don't know about India, rupees, dollar, pound, but they know about Bitcoin. They know the inventor. That is how we try to plant the seeds a little bit. We tell them in the very attractive way, hilarious way, mysterious way, and people love it. That is what we have been doing. As I say, I have nothing to do. A whole day I've wasted. I just watch and watch and watch. You people have thousands of work. I don't have any work whatsoever. I just sit and read and collect news. So, as I discussed with the Firki team, you can contact me directly. I know online is, people don't like online, but it's not possible for me to go. But I can make this half-an-hour sessions interesting because that is what I've been doing. So either you can connect to me directly. So I will give you my number. You can connect to me. I can take sessions. We take sessions all over India. I have been teaching in Kotak Educational Fund. We teach thousands of students over there. We teach red light areas of Mumbai. We teach like lots of NGOs in Gurgaon, Rajasthan, madrasas in Bengal. We teach everything. Everything is all totally free, of course. Any teacher wants to do this session, and it is like outsourcing to me with no charges. You see, it's a win-win for everyone. The teachers will be benefited because students, they will be giving good content to the students. Students will be benefited because they will be coming to know latest things in a light-hearted storytelling. Schools will be benefited because one day, one of the kids will surely go on the hot seat of KBC Junior. There's a KBC Junior also, age 8 onwards. So age 8 onward, there is a KBC Junior. It will start in the month of November. Many of my students have registered for it. They have qualified for the 3rd round also. Very few people know. Nowadays, people don't watch TV. I don't watch KBC. But age 8 students can apply for KBC Junior. So any one of you can easily go and achieve the hot seat. And that will be instant stardom will be achieved. Just instant stardom. One fine day you will get a call and you will get selected because of the knowledge. As I said, I have a lot of Hindi shairis, but those are all Hindi. That is why I don't share. But ultimately, what I will share, I will translate. ज्ञान के मंच पर सब एक समान है, विधि का विधान पलट दे, वो ब्रह्मास्त्र ज्ञान है, श्वास से ठान ले, गांठ बांध ले, कि कर्म के कुरुक्षेत्र में न रूप काम आता है, न झूठ काम आता है, न जाति काम आती है, न पाप काम आता है, सिर्फ ज्ञान ही आपको आपका हक दिलाता है. Which means ultimate thing is knowledge, knowledge and knowledge. Nothing is beyond knowledge. You can achieve anything and everything if you have the knowledge. So I have, with very humbly, I have the content. You have the connect, you have the contacts, the kids are there, we can spread it as far as wide as possible all over India. ज्ञान बांटने से बढ़ता है और बढ़ेगा इंडिया तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया. आग लगाना नहीं, मैं बोलता बहुत हूँ. मतलब that is what I do whole day. The whole day I've got, as I said, जितना टीवी है मेरे पास उससे ज्यादा फोन है मेरे पास. सारा दिन स्टॉक मार्केट में, whole day I play stock market, whole day. मतलब from 1989, Harshad, by the time I was doing stock market. Old habits never die. I never tell any students to do stock market. I never ever. So I did not do it. So whole day I have to talk and talk and talk and talk. So I am extremely sorry I talked too much. Now you can take the questions.
Sir, we have one question from Arun, who has asked, are there different tips for adults and for students?
You see, now everyone over was adult. Now the topic which he taught right now, imagine every adult was also listening. So what it is about knowledge. Why do we listen to news and TV and this and that? Because we need to be updated about the latest happenings in and around the world. Israel, Palestine. Everyone wants to do an Israel, Palestine. So what is the point? We tell them. So what we do now, when the kids are very small, 5 years, we do less content. Topic remains the same. We do less content in more easier way, repeat a lot. When age increases from 7 years onward, we take a more content. 12 years onward, we take more content. So we have content for all age group. I take sessions in ICFI Hyderabad. I take sessions in a lot of colleges, and you Google about it, you will come to know. So only there, the purpose is to do it. So it's all age group is there. According to the students, they are the kind of age group, we customize those contents.
Thank you. So we have another question from Tarushri Mehra. They say, thank you for the lovely presentation. I appreciate how you kindle the little child in all of us. How would you advise educators to become story collectors? What are some habits you can share that can be applied in the classroom?
Okay. I just share my number. You can WhatsApp me whenever you want. Now, to answer it, you see, to be very honest, I am being very honest. So please understand this very well. You see, we all have become a rat race. Can't help it. You won't believe the same questions in economics was taught 50 years back, is being taught now. And after 50 years will be the same thing. I give the same recording of economics, which I recorded 2012 to the student. Student say, कभी इनको पता चलता है उसमें year बोलता है 2013 चल रहा है. Student say, sir आपको 10 साल पुराना वीडियो दे दिए. I said, what's the point? It's the same thing going on. So what is the only difference? As I said, you need to be, when you want to do it in this classroom now, the teachers have to be continuously updated. Now that is a little bit difficult because teachers have to deal with so many things. They have a family, they have a private life, they have a personal life. They have to do updated about this education. So they cannot continuously update themselves. They cannot devote so much of time. I thought totally well. I have nothing else to do. So 24 hours I'm inside reading and Twitter and TV and news and everything. So I collect the news. So it's not that easy, to be very honest, to collect a story every week, a new story with an X factor, lot of humor and lot of presentation. It's not that easy. But still, how I keep go on doing, I'll just tell you. First thing I try to, just because I'm reading, what is the latest trending topics? Suppose there is an Asian game, G20, you can see Israel, Palestine, you can see MS Swaminathan. I keep on seeing which are the trending topics. Now, out of those trending, first thing is to find the trending topics. Then out of the trending topics, then I have to read about each and trending topics. You will not find good content in every one of them. So suppose I started to read about a topic X, then I didn't find anything good. So those time was wasted. Second again topic, that again is wasted. Actually not wasted, because I come to know a lot of things because I'm reading. So you have to first find the topic, trending topics, then you have to research on the trending topic. Then out of those trending topics, you have to choose one of them, and then you have to make a presentation. And along with that, you have to put humor, you have to put the just MS Dhoni type comedy in it, so that people can connect. So it's not that easy, because it is updated. That is why I said now, no school colleges does it in a proper structured way. What the most of the schools do, they have a newspaper reading session, or a teacher comes up and gives a student gets up and gives a presentation in the class, or reads out the newspaper. But that doesn't help. No one, the candle is not lit up. So to lit up the candle, you need to be updated. So you have to take out time. As you said, how can you become a storyteller? You need to devote at least 1 hour of every day in reading and reading and reading. Then only. And if you are not able to find time, I can fully understand. You can contact me. I'm there. One presentation I can distribute every day. That is what we have to do. सिर्फ बोलते ना, सिर्फ हंगामा खड़ा करना मेरा मकसद नहीं, सारी कोशिशें है कि ये सूरत बदलनी चाहिए। मेरे सीने में नहीं, तेरे सीने में सही, हो कहीं भी आग, लेकिन आग जलनी चाहिए। Meaning, it's not that fire should be in me or you. It should, the entire thing should be shaken up, and we need to make a big change in the education system.
We have another similar question from Pavani, who said, Sir, for some educator who's beginning to become a storyteller, where do you think I can begin this journey?
You see, as I said, to storytell, you have to first find the trending topics. And out of that trending topic, you have to give a time to read all those. That is the way I do it. Otherwise, how will I get MS Swaminathan? Just because he passed away 10 days ago, there were articles written about him. Then I read a little bit, then I go to him. G20, such big fanfare going on. We collected news upon G20. And we made a presentation on G20, which is available for those kids. But it has to be reduced to that level where the kids understand. That is the most important thing. So reading is no substitutes for reading. Reading is the ultimate thing that you need to do.
Indu Menon has asked, Sir, in maths, standards 7 and 8, I would like to be a storyteller. Do you have any tips to connect?
You see, it's not that, as I said, storyteller, Steve Jobs said the storytelling is the most important job, most powerful person you can become. Anyone can become. And best part is that what I told you right now is not limited to any subject or any stream. Arts, commerce, science, everyone should be knowing. Every person like you also should be knowing, because you also should be aware what's going on. Everyone wants to know about Israel-Palestine right now. Everyone wants to know what happened with G20. Everyone wants to know the intricacies of Chandrayaan. So those things has to be done. Every age, and I'm telling you again and again, it's not about math, science, physics, chemistry, English, Hindi. Every student should know about it. But it has to be done, because, and as you must be aware, as your teachers, class 12 boards marks has been made redundant from last year. Now, class 12 boards mark doesn't make you qualify for best of colleges, because they have got another entrance exam after class 12, CUET. You have to pass a May in the month of May. You have to, after class 12, you have to give another exam to get into the best institute, SRCC, Stephens, and all those, all central university, and slowly they are going to make it for compulsory for every one of them. And that's that class 12 boards exam ke baad jo, the entrance exam, that has got GK current affairs also a part. Now, that is the biggest blockbuster. People get a lot of, they are getting, all the disqualifications are happening because of this GK current affairs, which we can try to fill up. So everyone should be taught, and as they say, catch them young. The younger they are, the better we will be able to nurture them.
Thank you. There's another question from Tarushi, who has asked, using a quiz was super fun and competitive, an attractive activity for young learners. What are some other modalities you use to help learners revise and revisit what they have learned in the lesson?
Now, this is very beautiful question, Tanushree. That's very beautiful. As a teacher, we need to revise, we need to keep the updated. So what happens, Suppose I took a session today. It is about Mr. Green, Mr. Swaminathan. What we do, the session which we conduct, we take 2 quizzes in between. 15 minutes first half, then a quiz, then 15 minutes, then a quiz. So that no one sleeps, everyone is attentive. At the end of the week, we do the same session throughout the week, so that students can attend whenever they are able to because of their different timings and schedules and exams and tuitions. So suppose every week we take Mr. Green, this one, and every week they have to attend only one class. We have a motto, Sunday ho ya Monday, KC ke classes karo har hafte aadhi ghante. Sunday ho ya Monday, roz ka one day nahi. Sunday or Monday, just do half an hour class every week. So they took a session. Then we send the PPT to them in the week. This PPT has been sent to the WhatsApp group for all the kids. On Sunday at 7 o'clock, we take a mega quiz. And people join from all over India. In that, we take a mega quiz on that very topic which we taught last week, suppose Mr. Green. And we give a Domino's pizza, whoever it is in India. All free, not even single paisa charge. That makes them want to win the mega quiz, the pizza. That is an attractive feature. So we follow it up with mega quiz at the end of the week, and we give them the PPTs in advance so that they can prepare for it, so that they can also, suppose we send this week's PPT and last week PPT also. We said there will be 2 quizzes, questions for 2 quizzes, 2 presentation, Asian Games and Mr. Green. That is how we do it. So that is how we divide it.
Thank you. There's one more question. Prerna has asked, is there any workshop that we can attend on storytelling?
You see, I think the entire workshop about storytelling now starts and ends with one thing. That is, you need to read. And now that is very difficult part, I know. Because you people are so busy. I know everybody is so busy. How will you get 1 hour to read? Well, that too, you will not be able to find that well. That is, I said, please consult me. I am there. I just read and read and read. I'll tell you. I will. As I spoke to the Firki peoples, we can do 2 things. One is, I can provide you with ready-made contents. I have no problems in that. As I said, I truly believe in Gyan Baatne Se Badta Hai. I can give you all the contents that I make. You can show it in your class directly, or you can tell me to present it to you in your class online basis, because COVID has a lot of negative things, but one thing is COVID has done. Online education has become accessible and adaptable. So just one laptop, we take sessions in Heritage School in Calcutta. We take one presentation. So you just need one laptop, one small phone also will do, because we show them the presentation. I recite to them in whatever ugly way I can do, and then we give the PPT. So that is the version. So the 2 avenues, either you can ask for the content from me directly, I'll give it to you, or either you can ask me to present it to you, present in your classes directly over there, and then the PPT will be sent. Both ways it is. Otherwise, researching, there's no better alternative than yourself. So you need to just read, and that is the starting and ending of entire storytelling attitude. Just start making it a little bit, you will start getting along. But you need facts, no fiction, because we have to teach them current affairs. We are not creating. And I tell you, no, facts are things in fiction. We get such interesting stories out of the things that has happened or happening. Even I am shocked when I read about this Mr. Green. So reading is the most important thing.
Thank you, Rajiv sir. So there is a question from Sandhya, who has said that will they get access to quizzes also?
Yeah. Quizzes to Menti, there's a Menti.com, it's free. You can go to Menti.com, it's not website, it was website. And if I take sessions in the, you see, when I take the sessions in classrooms, then everyone doesn't have a phone. So what do? We take the quizzes, they make the kids write it on the piece of paper. That is what we are able to do. Then what we do now, this is very important, everyone should understand. Suppose there is a class. So I will just show you a video. You will understand. I'll just show you the video. As I said, anyone and everyone can contact me directly on my number, which I've provided. I'll just show you a video. Just see this. One minute. I'll just show you. Just look at this. This is Heritage School. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, just. This is the presentation which we gave in the Heritage School. You see. This is the presentation that we take in Heritage School. So when we take this presentation now kids don't have the phone. What do? We give them the presentation. They write on a piece of paper. We provide them the PPT, and then we tell them that you can get connected to me on phone on my WhatsApp group. So what happens when my quiz takes place every day in my in the evening from my house, which I take, they can join from their house. So it is a win-win. They can do the sessions from house also. But then the people are half time they do, half time they are not interested. With the school, the discipline comes. So in the school, you can make me attend those sessions. I will do the sessions over there. And then for the quizzing part, they will write everything on a piece of paper. We will take oral quizzes over here also, in the classroom also, just like I'm taking over here. And then they will go back and connect to me on the WhatsApp group. And when I take it all over India, every week they can also attend. So it's always fun and fun. So that is how we, whatever little way, whatever scheme, we have developed this model so as to execute it as much as possible, as far as possible.
Thank you, sir. There's another similar question is, for offline classes where there's no smart board, how do you conduct the session and take quizzes?
Yeah, this is also important. Now I will show you. Now this is a very good question that you're asking me. I'll just show you a small thing. We have been doing it for so long now, so we have sorted out almost everything that you are thinking about. I will just show you. I'll just show you. Just wait. Now you see. Now you see. This is a small school. Oh, I'm not. Oh, yeah. Am I not? Wait. Yeah. This is a small school in Calcutta. So what happens now? Since they don't have the access to smartphones and the classroom doesn't have a smart board or anything, one laptop or one phone will also do. Because just see, all the students are flocking around a laptop. They're all watching, and then we present it and they are able to understand. And then we send the PPT. So whatever little means are there, we can really make the most of it. It is just a matter of being a little bit smart. That's all. One small phone, one small laptop, one anything can do the job. And if they don't have that also, at least nowadays every house has a phone, so they can connect to me directly on WhatsApp. I'll send them I will send them the WhatsApp group. Over there, whenever the sessions are taking place, suppose 7:30 in the night, 8 o'clock, every day one class is held, the repeat class. Suppose, as I said, Asian Games will be repeated from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day one class is repeated. So whenever they find it according to their convenience, they can attend it.
Thank you so much, sir. Folks, we'll wait for a few minutes to see if there are any other questions from anyone. You can raise your hand and come off mute to ask your question, or you can share it on the chat box, or use
I don't want to give the video. Recording is not fun. Just imagine if I had sent you 1 hour of recording right now. Who would have watched? No one. I'm telling you, sir. The first thing we watched, the video is given. Oh God, it's 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. No one will watch. Nowadays, we want in the reels also, in Insta reels, we want a fast forward button, 1x or 2x or 1.5x. We can't watch it so slow. So if I set a recording of this, no one will watch. It is only when it is 3 things are there. It is live, it is interactive, and the real-time quizzes happen. That is where the fun comes. And that is where people try to interact and know things. So the kids have, it has to be. Now, what happens? This is a session ended about Mr. Green and Mr. Swaminathan. Then I take questions from all of them, one by one. Whoever wants to raise their hand, and I ask the answer. So that is what they wait for. They have so many questions. I was teaching them about Asian Games. Then they said, "Ki, how can Neeraj Chopra be friend with Pakistani arch rival Arshad Khan Nadeem? How can we are enemies? How can he be friend? How can he share a toy with them?" So this is the kind of answers they give, and we just try to enlighten them as much as possible. So that is the entire purpose. The karna hai, kuch karke dikhana hai.
Great. Thank you so much, Rajiv sir. I think this was such a wonderful session for all of us to attend, and we learned so much and we had so much fun at the same time in this session. So really, thank you for taking out the time and being here with us today for this webinar.
I have thousands of shairis. All those shairis are copied from somewhere or the other. One I have made original, that is in English. When students go low, I go low. When students go high, so do I. Because you all are the wind beneath my wings. So whatever I do, it's all for my students. I can do whatever. As I said, keep on trying till you succeed. Oh, बोलते हैं ना एक और famous शायरी है. असफलता एक चुनौती है, इसे स्वीकार करो. क्या कमी रह गई? देखो और सुधार करो. जब तक ना सफल हो नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम. संघर्ष का मैदान छोड़कर मत भागो तुम. कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती. कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. Means unless you try, you will never succeed. And if you succeed, if you try, only then people say good things about you. So you need to keep on trying. And I'm telling you, make your kids a storyteller. Make them join our session. It's free, totally free. Even if you know any NGO, your own kids, whatever age group, tell them, join them once a week, half an hour. That's all we need to know. You never know, they might be qualified for the KBC Junior. They might be going for the Olympiad. Because you see, the topper class, as I said, tell people, you see, the topper studies, the top 10 you cannot beat. Because they're always studious, they are too good and they are God gifted. But this competition level, quiz level, there's no competition. Because the top kids won't join. Because they're too much involved in their studies. So the competition is less and you have a better chance to qualify. So I tell all the kids, चक दे फट्टे डब दे किल्ली सुबह जलंधर शाम को दिल्ली मचा देंगे हिला देंगे बचा देंगे सब देंगे करना है कुछ काम तो इसीलिए आप लोग को बोला जा रहा है मैंने अपना नंबर दे दिया है कॉन्टैक्ट मी डायरेक्टली I can take your sessions in your classroom, school. That's why I showed you Heritage School in Calcutta is doing it in their assembly. All the kids are sitting and there's nothing at all. It's a win-win for everyone. And that is what we all do.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this